Morning, guys. I have the boys here and everybody's working. Everyone's at different stages in their training. Finn goes home today. I'll miss him, but I'm super happy for him and his family. Let me flip this camera around so you can to sleep here. He did excellent at his go home session yesterday. We have another one today where we'll cover some other things. And then he's ready to rock and roll, and I feel totally confident that his owner really gets the e-collar and she feels good about it. A lot of the go-home stuff, I'll talk about Casey next because he'll be going home next week. But when we do our go-homes, and Kathy and Becky, you'll be having one go-home with me at my place, and then from there we'll have to figure something out. Maybe we'll Skype or something. It sort of depends on my schedule. Go over here and get this boy. Here's Blake. I'll get back to Casey in a second. Down. He's working on his food right here. Doing a down on place right next to his food. No. Sit. Good. He just learned the out command. We started working on it yesterday, but today we really worked. We did the fundamentals of teaching the out command, which I won't bore you with the details, but basically, down the boy. When I say out, the out command replaces leave it, okay? So the leave it command means, leave it alone. Out means leave it alone, never mind it, or if it's in your mouth, drop it, and then move away from it. So for what's really awesome about this guy right here, Blake, he's got everything in his mouth at all times. He's got such a busy mind. So we're really working hard to get some impulse control on him. And I finally have him to a place where he can be on the pet cot for a little bit of time while I go do something else, before, see what I mean? So now he's like, oh, I'm up, I'm ready. So I wanted to go over and show you Casey. Nope, So this guy, as soon as I move, he thinks that's an invitation. He has no impulse control at all, so we're working real hard to build that into him. Down. And he just learned the down command today. He could not down for me yesterday. So today he was able to. Out. And he's at the leash, so I want to correct him for that. So back to Casey. Casey, I'm going to try and walk away and just stay with my camera on Casey for a little bit. So Casey is doing awesome. We're at the point in some of our training, we're off leash, and I'm getting him more and more excited. And I do see when he gets excited where he's using his mouth. It's not, he's not being malicious about it. But it's his excitement, and he doesn't know how to process it. And that's the importance of training, and that's why we're going deep into 3 weeks with this guy, is because we have to recreate those situations that get him really excited, so that he'll use his teeth, so that we can then teach him a different way, right? So I had to come back over because this guy was ready to break off place. But I'm still talking about Casey. Down. Blake, down. Let me just get this guy back into a down. Sometimes when I'm talking, it distracts dogs enough so that they break command, and he's so new at this that he just can't concentrate for long. But he'll get better at it. Good. So with Casey, I'm going to try and walk away. That's what place looks like when you've been doing it for 2 weeks. Nice job, Finn. With Casey, this is where we are in the training, and today he got a little mouthy with me, and I just did verbal commands with him, okay? And he backed off. He deferred. And so the command that I use for him is out. So when I start playing with him, because play is a normal thing for dogs, right? He gets a little too excited, starts to use his teeth. I just say out before he gets too excited, and then he checks himself, okay? So that's what we were working on this morning. We'll be doing much more of that today and in the days to come, because we still have a nice long time with him to train, which is super important because we want to do it right. We want to take our time and make sure that he's progressing and really understanding what he's doing before we move on to the next phase of training. So I'm happy with where he is. And what his owners will learn, especially with the out command, is that you can use it in so many things. So when the UPS man comes to the door, or whatever the scenario is where he will get mouthy and go to bite, if it's the other dog's carrying on in the house that gets the energy too high, you're going to say out, and he'll learn that means, well, he already knows, look away and move away, and then you can park him on place. So what I want Casey's owners to know or think about right now is, where do you want his designated place to be? And I do recommend that, like, if you've got 2 floors of the house and he's upstairs with you, I recommend you have a pet cot or a bed up there where you can park it. He shouldn't always be parked in the bed, if at all. I'm a very structured trainer. I'm not big on affection because it changes the relationship between the dog and the human. And when you have a dog who's going through rehab, that muddies the waters. It makes it less clear to him what his role is. But I do understand that people, they want certain things out of their dogs, and even if it's not fair to the dog, they still want them in bed or up on the couch. So you guys will have to figure out, what you want from him, and I'll tell you what's best for him, and you can decide and go from there. Because why? Because you're his owners. So decide where you want those pet cots to be, or the beds, whatever's going to be his place where he's going to park it, what you're going to name place. Have a couple of those spots for him. It's kind of like the safety zone. He should have a crate. You need to have a crate for him. It's the safety zone. You should crate him at various times throughout the day, so that because he's crate trained, he's used to it, and he does need to have that time away where he can decompress. I would even recommend that when people are coming over, you crate him up, because he's made really crappy decisions in the past, and despite the fact that now he has really good skills on him, he's still a dog. He's still, things are still going to take over and put him in a really challenging position where he's always got to make a good decision. So if you are not there helping him make better decisions, he's going to struggle and he could bite again. So always prepare for success. Always give him the benefit of the doubt, and make sure that it's super easy for him to understand what his role is and where you want him when people come over, when the mailman, UPS come over. Just park him in the crate or put him on place and let him know it's not necessary for him to be barking and carrying on, even if the pugs are, okay? There's different rules for him, because he's bigger, because he has a history of biting, and because that's a liability to you, and it's also a liability to him and others, because he could hurt someone, and he could also get a record and have himself put down. So we don't want that. All right, guys, have a great day. It's super cold out there. Stay warm, and I will be back soon with more posting. I'll show you this guy. Good boy, Casey.